Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. It has been a minute, y'all. I have missed you, but I want to make sure that as you're coming into the chat, say hello, drop a one in the comments to let me know that you are here and you are ready to take on this discussion. Of course, we do not want to leave you guys out of what's going on and what's happening now with me. I actually have a career rejuvenation workshop happening. It's actually going to go live next week. The first session of that drops next week. It is being developed in the background, and the first live session is going to start next week. I'll be putting more information out on my YouTube comments tab, as well as Facebook and Instagram, and also TikTok. I'll be putting some more information out there. But of course, guys, as you're coming in, go ahead and drop a like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've never haven't done so yet. And you can actually sign up for that workshop or get involved in that workshop if you know somebody that is going through a layoff by going to mentorshelley.com/CRV. Guys, what we are going to be talking about today is something, unfortunately, that seems to be rising up again. This article comes from the Daily Mail. Ernst and Young lays off more than 30 partners and 100 consultants before the holidays as companies face economic tough times. Listen, guys, the holidays are great when you have things going right and you have family and loved ones, but it's not going to go so well when your livelihood is in danger, or better yet, cut off in some way, shape, or form. Ernst and Young will let go over 10% of partners in consulting and about 4% in strategy and transaction. The big four accounting firms are looking to cut costs due to a decrease in demand for services following a public hiring spree. KPMG laid off about 5% of its staff in June, and Duluth cut 1.5% of its staff in April. Accounting firm, well, this is the accounting firm that we're talking about. Accounting firm Ernst has also announced layoffs across all U.S. businesses just before the holidays. Oh boy, citing decreased post-pandemic demand for services. The company will let go more than 100 consultants and over 30 partners in strategies and transactions at both junior and senior levels, reported by the Wall Street Journal. Ernst & Young, while Ernst & Young says layoffs will affect a limited number of people, they began to notify partners last week and will continue to do so this week. These decisions have been thoughtfully made with the respect and fairness for all our people and the future of our business, a spokesperson said. As part of our long-term planning, Ernst & Young has been transforming our business to focus on areas where the clients have the greatest need. The big four accounting firms Duluth, Ernst & Young, KPMG, and PricewaterhouseCoopers hired droves of employees over the pandemic due to increased demand for consulting in areas such as corporate strategy. Now the industry is slowing down and the firms are looking for ways to cut costs after announcing the layoffs over the summer. KPMG laid off about 5% of its staff, including advisory, tax, back office people in June, 4 months after cutting nearly 2% of its workforce. In April, Duluth cut 1.5% of its staff, and Ernst & Young let go 3,000 employees. Yikes, less than 5%. 3,000, I don't care how big the firm is not to sneeze at. For the financial year in June of 2023, Ernst & Young announced a combined global revenue of $49.4 billion, an increase of 9.3%. The firm called off its plan to break up its audit and consulting units into firms in April after resistance from some partners. Ernst & Young, the first Big Four accounting firm to appoint a female chief executive, in November. Oh, that's her. Um, in November, Janet Trunkale, who leads the company's financial services business in the Americas, will take over a helm at the start of July. She will replace Carmine DeCibio, who will step down in June after 4 years. Her appointment means that Ernst & Young will be the only Big Four accounting firm to be led by a woman. PwC, KPMG, and Duluth are led by men. And that is the article that was written by Rachel Bowman from dailymail.com. Guys, what this means is that if one industry is feeling it, the other industries are going to start feeling it as well. There has been, from what I understand, there are also layoffs happening in the sector of IT as well, quiet as it's kept. There are some other layoffs that took place, if I'm not mistaken, I think Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, and there are some other layoffs taking place. Guys, if you have any idea that any of these things are happening to you, or if you see other sectors in your departments starting to lay off, the first thing you need to have is a plan of action. Okay? As much as people like to say, oh, nothing is going to happen to your department. If they're going to do it to one department, another department can get that smoke as well. So I want to make sure you guys have a plan of action. What's your plan of action? Do you have your resume ready? Is your number 2, are your career tools ready to your career marketing tools, because that's really what your resume is. Are your career marketing tools ready to work for you? Do you have them ready? Are they updated? Do you have your cover letters ready? Are you putting feelers out there? Are you applying? Better yet, do you have a side hustle that you need to work on? Do you have a plan of action if layoffs are at your doorstep? There's no guarantee that there's nobody, no one, including the CEO, that is shielded from any layoffs in any company. Let's be clear, folks. There's no employee at a company that is shielded from a layoffs if the company decides to do that. Oh, welcome. Cherie from Black Women Making Money. Welcome to the show. I want to definitely, of course, she's definitely a friend of the Mentor Shelley career coaching brand here. Cherie, if you do want to come up and contribute, definitely I will drop the link. I do want to touch on a couple of other things, though, just to make sure. If any of you are going through this or experiencing anything remotely close to this, if you guys even smell that there's layoffs happening in your, in your departments, in your organizations, it's always best to be prepared and have your resources ready, to have your oh, awesome. All right, great. For those of you that are here, let me drop the link for you, honey. We are not going to be here long, but I definitely I am going to be exploring the layoff topic a lot more, because I do have a workshop coming up in regards to it. So go ahead, Cherie. You can go ahead and join for a few minutes. I'm not going to be very long, but I want to make sure that everybody understands that is very, very important to be ready, because the accounting firms are just the tip of the iceberg. There are other companies out there that are going to be laying off. Any type of business or service that that AI can improve upon, there may be some layoffs coming down the pike. It may not be right now. It may be 6 months from now. So it's always best to be prepared. I am going to be exploring other, other articles that I've been looking at, just kind of putting feelers out there and seeing what's going on. There's going to be a lot of industries that AI affect in not so positive ways. So it is best to always be ready. Instead of getting ready, it's best to be ready. If you're able to, Cherie, go ahead and hit the link. If not, I understand. I know you got. Oh, here she comes. All righty. Hello, Cherie.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good. I was about to eat dinner and I'm like, oh, Mentor Shelley is on. Let me catch her, say hello.
Yes, yes. Always, always appreciated when you can definitely contribute such wealth of knowledge and experience to the conversation.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So, what is your verdict? I didn't get to hear everything you said.
We were talking about Ernest and Young and the Big Four. They have laid off between in some of their sectors and their companies a good 5% of their consultants. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, in the last year, in April, in June, and just recently in November,
I'm not surprised.
yeah, they're
Hmm.
they're going through, they're churning because a lot of people are not in need of their services anymore after the
Hmm.
pandemic. Because I think they are one of the companies, like a lot of the IT companies, that overhired,
Hmm.
and then now they're going through the churn, so to speak.
Yeah, well, because of the interest rates being the way that they are, a lot of companies are not able to get as much funding as they were
Ah,
looking for.
right.
And a lot of these public companies were asked by their boards and their
Mhm.
shareholders to let go of any of the excess non um, profit producing sectors of their businesses. So,
Oh,
yeah, so one of the things that I had told my ladies this long time ago on the channel is if you are working in a company, specifically in a division that is not profitable, or you're working on a team that is not profitable, or you're working on a product within a team that is not profitable, to either switch teams or switch companies,
mhm.
because you could basically see that coming.
Yeah.
You basically know if you are part of a profitable division or not.
Yeah, that's,
Mhm.
that's absolutely that's absolute facts. I'm actually going to be coming with a few more series of videos talking about how AI and what industries it's going to adversely affect, and what industries it's going to elevate. Um,
Every industry, it's going to affect every industry. I'm knee deep in AI research right now, so
okay.
I would love to chat about that with you.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's not just industries, it's jobs, and it is also, and I know, you know, my ladies on my channel hate it when I say this, it is also people who are not productive, people who are lazy, people who are getting on TikTok talking about a lazy day, and they don't want to work as hard, and we call it girl leisure and all of that stuff,
You talking about the soft life era, so to
the
speak?
soft life and all of that. And I don't tell people to work like a Hebrew slave, but
No.
you have to. AI is able to take over so many jobs that you have to basically show that you are adding something to the company.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to be looking at, well, a company's responsibility, the CEO's responsibility is to maximize profit at any cost. And if they're able to cut out 20% of the workforce and
Mhm.
increase their profits
They're gonna
by
do it.
using AI and robotics, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but it's true.
It's
And
true. Yeah.
there's the writing is on the wall for a lot more industries. I'm going to be going in like sector by sector what industries are going to be affected the most, to
Hmm.
the least, because it's going to touch every sector. It's
Mhm.
going to touch every sector, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth.
It is.
And I'd rather be prepared and be able to go in with an action plan than sit here, twiddle your thumbs, and then have things happen to you. You can't be reactionary in this time period.
You cannot be. And one of the best things right now, if people are stable with their jobs, is if you want to buy a home, do it now.
Yep.
If you, I mean, obviously as long as you can afford it. If you want to start a business, do it now.
Yep.
Get something going just in case,
Mhm.
something happens with your primary position.
Yeah.
Save your money as much as possible. All of
Absolutely.
that stuff is so important these days.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Sheree, I know you have to run, so I don't want to keep you too long, but any final words? Because I want to make sure that we cover. I'm going to be going literally fully immersed in this layoff topic because AI is going to be driving a lot of this.
Yeah. I would say I tell the ladies on my channel to focus on four things. The first is having your technical skills.
Yes,
We, especially as Black women, want to be top 10%
absolutely.
of our technical skills. And just to let people know in your audience, technical skills doesn't mean technology, it means the hard skills that you need within your career to be considered the best.
Yep.
So have your technical skills, have your soft skills. If you have issues with anything from conflict management to negotiation to team management, anything like that, getting that, get it together.
Hmm.
Um, and
Yeah.
then the third, multicultural networks. We
Mm.
cannot. They're 70%, 70, and you know this, 70% of jobs that are hired are never posted on LinkedIn. They're never posted on Indeed. They're never posted anywhere. And we want to complain as Black people that, oh, they're locking us out. No, it's because nobody knows who you are.
Mm. Tell the truth.
So the one of the greatest investments that you can give yourself in 2024 is the gift of going out and networking with people.
Yes.
If you don't have those strong multicultural networks where you could pick up the phone, if you're laid off today and you could pick up the phone and have interviews in a week and have a job in 2 weeks, you're doing it wrong.
That was that was my next that was one of my next things as far as what you can do in a layoff to prepare.
Hmm.
Please, if you don't have a network, build your professional network.
Hmm.
Start reaching out to people you know. Ask for referrals. You know, like how that insurance guy that wants to sell all the life insurance in the world asks you, "Do you have for three friends that you think will want life insurance?" Like, it's getting that serious, folks, because at the end of the day, you always hear me say this, you are responsible for your own economy.
Hmm.
So, yes, you are in a job, but you have to treat it like a business. So you have to make sure that you have you're networking with people at all levels, below, across, and above.
Hmm.
So that when it's time to make a move, it's not so egregious because you have a healthy, as you say, multicultural network, because you never know where the next opportunity will come from.
Absolutely. So, well, I'm going to go get
Yes.
myself some dinner, but thank you so much for having me up. And I hope I said something that, got your audience thinking.
Absolutely. Yes, you always do. You are always welcome.
Thank you, my dear.
And of course, we appreciate Cherie stopping by. Definitely, Cherie, we have to get together and dig into this topic more, especially as it pertains to AI. So,
Absolutely. Just email me and let me know.
all right, great. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, guys. That was a treat. I want to make sure that we drive this other point home. Three things. We talked about the fact that yes, there's going to be layoffs coming in other areas, in other industries, and we want to make sure that we have a plan of action. God forbid we are caught out there without a plan. We have to have a plan of action. What's that plan of action? If they say lay off today, is your is your career Are your career marketing tools ready to go? Are they working? Are they ready to work for you? Are they ready to sell your skills, qualifications to the next employer? Do you have the transferable skills to go into a new area? It all depends on what it is that you have in place already. Do you have what you need? Is your career marketing tool? When I say career marketing tools, I mean your resume, your cover letter, your letters of recommendation, your follow-up letters. Do you have a LinkedIn profile? Are you looking for help to get that set up properly? When was the last time you updated your LinkedIn profile? When was the last time you reach out to people on LinkedIn? That is a great place to network online. If you're looking to network, of course, that's my one of my next points. Of course, the third one is building your professional network. How do you do that? You have to go out there and rub elbow to elbow. We're not, we were in, a situation for the last 2 years, but we're not able to network in person. Please do so. Go to meetups. You can go to different, if you're new to a specific area, Chamber of Commerce. There are professional networks everywhere depending on the sector of industry that you're in. I would say nosedive into groups on Facebook, nosedive into groups on LinkedIn, not just network online, but network offline. It is important, guys, to have a professional network. It is important to know that you are not just, you're just willy nilly letting things happen. You have to have a plan of action so that you are going to become a better version of yourself professionally when you're prepared. You're not wondering what if this is going to happen or if that's not going to happen. You have to have a plan of action, which was the first thing that we said, and build that professional network. Work on that on a weekly basis. If it means pushing your introverted self to go to a meetup that is industry focused, it's going to help. It makes a difference. Touch base with those people once a month, once every quarter. You have to work on building your professional network, multicultural professional networks in all sectors. So, guys, these are some of the things that we'll be going over in the workshop. The workshop is, you can go to mentorshelley.com/CRV. I want to make sure that you guys have what you need to prepare and to be ready if a layoff does come at your doorstep. I don't want you to be slapped in the face with it. So, guys, if you have additional questions in regards to layoffs or just being prepared, period, to take advantage of any other opportunities, and you want to have that conversation with me, you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I'm more than happy to work with you to put a personal plan of action together for your career strategy going forward. And if you have just general questions, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact, or you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours, guys. I want to make sure that you have what you need as a professional if you are facing layoffs, like the Ernst and Young consultations consultants. 5% of them has just experienced or has been experiencing all 2023. But also, if your company, you see other sectors of the company starting to lay off, it's always best to be prepared. Have a plan of action, folks. Get your career marketing tools ready and continue to build your professional network. We appreciate Cherie from Black Women Making Money coming by and always dropping golden nuggets wherever she goes. Go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. It is Black Women Making Money. You can the @ Black Women Making Money, just spell out those words, and you'll be able to find her channel and subscribe to her channel as well. She has golden nuggets that she drops every time she drops a video. Guys, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, especially in the face of adversity. Layoffs is something that should never be taken lightly. It can devastate some folks, but in order for you to be able to overcome adversity, it is always best to be prepared. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. even in the face of layoffs. Being prepared, having your tools ready, and flushing out and growing your network can make all the difference in the world. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one.